And I think one question that we see a lot is like, do you have a magical wand you can wave to find the assets?
I wish.
Don't we all?
If I was given a magical wand, my life would be so much easier. No, I wish we did, but there's not a system that attorneys have or some kind of platform where we can access it, put in a social security number, and then all of their assets pop up. A lot of people that seems to be like a misconception that we have that access, but we don't. We have to go and dig and figure out where these assets are, and really, family members, loved ones are the best equipped to try to find those assets because they know their people. Unfortunately, we didn't know those people while they were alive, so it's a lot harder for us to guess where their bank account was, where their all their retirement funds are. So I wish we had that one.
Sure. And we hear a lot from the media or kind of clients coming in on the planning side that they have to name an executor. What is an executor? What does that mean?
An executor is somebody who is the fiduciary that's named in a will. The executor is the person who is later appointed to be in charge of the estate. They are tasked with reaching out to an attorney, responsible for gathering all the documents, making sure that everything is good to go and they're getting all the assets transferred to the probate court. We're certainly here to help them, but really they do have the responsibility to act for the estate.
Okay, and so the executor is the one that like goes to the bank and gets the closure check and empties out the safe deposit box if they have the right authority.
Correct.
Signs to sell the house if they're selling it. Okay.
They really are the person who can step into the deceased person's role and they can act as that person could have. A lot of times there's also a misconception that as the attorney, we can do that. I'll tell you that the banks and everyone else, they won't talk to us. So unless you're the executor or the appointed fiduciary, you can't do that.
And let's talk about the appointed fiduciary. So an executor comes if there's a will and someone's named, but what happens when either everyone in the will is unavailable or predeceases the decedent, or there is no will? Who steps into those shoes?
Yes. So as you're kind of alluding to, the term for that is fiduciary. So a fiduciary can either be an executor or an administrator. The executor is a person that's named in the will who is able and willing to serve as fiduciary and they're appointed. If you're not named in a will, then you are considered an administrator. Very similar roles. You're still in charge of the estate. You're doing all those tasks that the executor could do, but you're just not named in the will. So you would have to go through a little bit more of an obstacle to be appointed as the administrator. You typically have to post a bond in Ohio to say that you're responsible for the estate. And if you mess up, then you have some financial backing that would take care of that. But really, you still have the same responsibilities as an executor. You're just not named in a will.